Good morning, everybody. It's travel day. We're super excited. It's really early in the morning and we're getting ready to head to the airport to catch our flight. We are going down to Mexico. We are flying into Cancun and then going down to Tulum, which is a beautiful part of the state of Quintana Roo. And this state has some of the most beautiful beaches in all of Mexico, in my opinion. So we love going there. And we'll basically be right on the border of Belize. So if you go down there, it's really easy to hop down into Belize. They have incredible beaches too. It's just a gorgeous area in general. So we're gonna be staying at an all-inclusive resort, which we do once a year. Usually we do the hippie thing and backpack around and do budget-friendly travel. But at Christmas time, we don't do gifts for our kids. We prefer for them to accumulate experiences rather than things. So we do get to stay at an all-inclusive resort. It's really cool because these resorts offer really great deals right after Christmas because nobody travels, so you can still stay on budget. All right, so I have prepped a bunch of food for the flight because it is a long day. By the time you get to the airport, your flight, get into where you're going, get through customs, and then get down to the hotel and checked in, it's gonna be dinner time. So I pack a lot of food. You can always take any food on a flight, you just can't take it off the flight. So, and my kids, I don't know about your kids, but my kids seem to get extremely hungry while sitting sedentarily on a flight. So I have to bring a lot of food. So I'm gonna show that to you guys real quick, and then I will see you on the beach.
For on the plane, I've got some Rice Krispies packed, some apple slices, sweet potato for breakfast, some rice cakes, and then for my lunch I'm just gonna have some rice, beans, and corn. The kids are gonna have sweet potato along with some cereal bars, apples, rice cakes, and some more cereal for them to snack on. And for lunch they're gonna have peanut butter and jelly, and so is my husband. So it's our first morning and I'm just gonna have some oatmeal. They had these dry bowls of oatmeal that I'll just add hot water to, and then they had these amazing fruit bars and I just loaded up on a ton of fruit. Then I'd grab corn tortillas, put a little beans, pico, and guac on, and that was like the most delicious filling breakfast I could have. At lunch, they had a really good pasta bar, so I just load up a plate of vegetables, and as you can see, the pasta is just covered in oil. But they had a pot there of boiling water, and I just asked them to heat up the pasta back in the water, and that would get rid of all the oil. Then they'd want to saute my vegetables with oil, but I just asked them to leave out the oil and just saute it with the marinara sauce, and they were happy to do that for me. And there, I'd eat a huge plate of pasta every day for lunch. It was so good. They always seem to have some steamed rice and steamed potatoes. I was always able to get some fresh veggies or steamed veggies. They had veggie sushi rolls, so it was great.
it back safe and sound to snowy, cold Colorado. It was a wonderful trip. As you guys saw, it's really easy to stay plant-based. We ate at the buffet that the resort had. They had several other restaurants, but it was just easier. We had more variety and choice at the buffet, and my kids enjoyed, you know, running around all the different tables and seeing what there was. So every day was simple oatmeal. My kids had cereal and plant milk. I had oatmeal and fruit, and then I'd have corn tortillas with some beans and pico on it. Lunch was pretty much pasta with a ton of vegetables every day. They did offer gluten-free pasta. I'm not celiac, I'm gluten-free for inflammation. You know, if I have it, after a while it starts affecting my sinuses and just my inflammation marker goes up, but I can handle it for weeks. So I didn't eat their gluten-free pasta, I just had the regular pasta. And their marinara, of course, had some oil in it, and I am fine like on vacation when you can't control absolutely everything that is available. I am fine having a little bit of marinara sauce on my pasta that has oil in it. It doesn't affect my health and it doesn't affect my weight. So that's a decision that you guys have to make for yourselves. Dinner was usually steamed rice or steamed sweet potatoes. They usually had steamed veggies, but some nights they didn't. Some nights all there was veggies that had been sauteed in oil. So those nights, then we would just grab raw veggies off of the salad bar, and that was fine. For dessert, they had all fruit sorbets, which the kids really enjoyed. They also had these fruit tarts that we loved, but they were sitting in like a whipped cream. And depending on who the manager was that night, you know, we would ask, is it possible to have some fruit tarts brought out without the cream, just the fruit? And some nights they were like, yeah, sure. And then other nights, again, depending on the manager, they'd say, no, that's not possible tonight. And so what we would do is we just pick the fruit off and then scoop the cream out and put the fruit back in and enjoy the fruit tart. And the tart did have oil in it, but again, it's not like it was massive amounts. We're on vacation and we're not eating all the fried foods that they had and other stuff. So again, you just have to pick and choose what you're okay with. A lot of times we had just a bunch of fruit for dessert. They had good variety, it was simple, and again, we just ate the same thing over and over, which we're used to at home. I have lowered my family's expectations for variety and fanciness, so they were really happy with actually the variety of fruit and vegetables that was made available at the resort. We will be doing a lot more traveling in the coming months, so I will be vlogging those for you guys as well. We'll be doing one where we stay with family in Florida, so that one's a lot easier to control what you're eating. And then we'll be spending a couple weeks traveling in Europe, so that, and I have not traveled plant-based in Europe yet, so that should be an education, and I'll be sure to vlog that for you guys. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Plantiful Kiki. I do post a lot when we travel there as well, and I update my story. And of course, I'm always posting my daily meals to help you guys remember how simple you can eat, because we tend to overcomplicate things. And you can also follow me on Facebook at the Plantiful Kiki page if you don't have Instagram. All right, guys, remember to keep this journey about health and not just about the skinny. You are beautiful. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.